Hey guys, I'm Anand Bed, your tech guide from Tech Store, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest Dell Vostro 5620, which is just as similar as the 5625 aesthetically as well as the Inspiron 5620. So if you have any of these laptops, in this video we'll be showing you how to get deep inside the laptop, open the base, replace the RAM, SSD, replace the battery and everything that you would want to do after buying it, as well as watch this video if you have not yet purchased this particular laptop to understand why you should buy or not buy this laptop. So the 5620 sports a Intel processor, 5625 sports a AMD Ryzen 5 5625 processor. So the Intel i5 and the i7 variants are the 12th generation performance core processors. The Intel i5 is a 1240P processor with around 12 cores with 4 performance cores and 8 efficient cores and clock speed up to 4.4 GHz. This is a cutthroat business class machine for real high-end usage and continuous usage of this particular laptop for 8 to 10 hours very comfortably. So let's have a look at this entire laptop. Let me show you around and also let me show you the disassembly process. So let's do it. So the top panel here is absolutely metal, and because it's the 5000 series, this is entirely metal, and when you're in an air conditioned environment this will be very cold when you're working on it. You can feel the premiumness with the metal body over here. So it's got a 16 inches form factor, so it will be a little larger a screen, and it's got a titanium gray metallic finish over here. Once you open up, you have a 3-sided nano bezel and you have a shutter web camera, so you can use the shutter, and you have a 16 inches screen, that is a 16:10 aspect ratio. Many companies are now going towards that aspect ratio. We will come to know later maybe why this is happening with most of the companies. It comes with a full HD IPS panel screen and 250 nits display, 60 Hz frequency. The viewing angles are great, that we will show you later. It comes with a fingerprint scanner. The keyboard is a backlit keyboard and the key travel is very good, much better than the 3000 series laptops, almost around 1.4-1.5 mm. And it's got again a metal finish all over inside, very premium looking. The touchpad is very large. You have an Intel i5 branding over here and nothing else. The fingerprint also tops up as a power button over here. It's got a hinge lift design, so you can see that once you put on the laptop, the sides of the laptop come up, so giving some amount of room over here so that air vent can be easy, so that air circulation can be easy over here. The air dissipation is over here. There's only single fan, but 2 dissipation areas have been shown here, but there is only one single fan inside. So let me show you the ports. On the left you have a charging pin connector. We had expected a C-type charger here and a charging pin indicator, HDMI 1.4. You have a USB 3.0 and you have a Thunderbolt C-type port. So that's a very good for power delivery as well as for connecting an external display. So you can connect in all around 2 displays over here comfortably. On the right you have a memory card reader. You have another USB 3.0 port, a Ethernet port, that's very handy. You have a headphone mic combi and the Kensington lock. Very slim looking, very neat design, absolutely nothing, no clutter whatsoever. And on the rear you have the rubber casing on the hinges over here, a unique design element for the 5000 series which we are seeing nowadays. And the base is again pretty clutter free, few screws which are visible, 2-watt speakers and good amount of perforation given for heat dissipation. So let's dig deep into the laptop, open up the entire base and show it to you how exactly the inners are of the Dell Vostro 5620. First thing first, you need to flip the laptop, and there are these screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of these screws have to be removed. Let's start with the hinge screws. These screws will not come off, so don't try too hard. This will come off. Now take a prier like this, a triangular prier, and the space that has been created because of the screws, Just need to very carefully protrude. As this is a metallic cover, do not protrude too hard, otherwise it will leave unnecessary impression on the base. And the base will be off. So these are the inners of the Dell Vostro 5620 or 5625 or 5420. All are one and the same. There's no difference whatsoever. Whether it is a Vostro or an Inspiron, this is the way it is going to look. So this is the battery. This is the RAM bay area. This is the M.2 NVMe Gen 4 SSD Wi-Fi chip. This is the power button area. This is the fan. Double piped heat sink over here. So we will start with the battery first. Let's remove all the screws. Now you need to remove the battery notch very carefully. Just have a look at this. You need to push this towards you so that it comes out like this, and then it comes off like this. We could have removed this also and shown it to you, but for people who want to replace the battery completely, this strip will not come along most times. So the existing strip has to be utilized. So let's now remove the battery over here. Battery has to be removed like this, and the battery is off. This is a fantastic 54 watt-hour battery that Dell has given. The type code is V6W33 and the power ratings are 17.4 volts and 3420 mAh. So very good large battery that Dell has provided. Gives you around 7 to 8 hours of comfortable browsing time on this particular laptop. So let's keep this aside. Now coming to the part where the RAM is, there are two RAM channels over here. So in total, upgrade capacity of this laptop is up to 32 GB, 16 GB plus 16 GB. So if you want to upgrade the RAM, just need to remove this one of the RAM here. The slot comes out. It comes equipped with the 8 GB 1RX16 DDR4 3200 MHz RAM. You need to take a similar 8 GB if you want to have 8 plus 8 16 GB configuration, which will activate the dual data rate, or 16 plus 16, that will become 32 GB on this particular laptop over here. So you can just take a similar RAM and insert it over here like this and just press it. The notches will hold on to this particular laptop. Coming to the M.2 NVMe SSD, it has got a Gen 4 NVMe SSD. It comes by default with a 2230 SSD, the short form SSD, form factor SSD. Just need to remove this particular one screw, and you can remove it like this. Say you want to remove this SSD itself and install another SSD, again you need to remove this one screw and the SSD will be off. This is the gel pad for thermal cooling, so you need to remove it and put it on another SSD that you're going to take. You can also put M.2 NVMe 2280 form factor Gen 4 SSD onto this. Up to 2 terabyte you can install. You can just install it very comfortably like this and put the screw back. So it holds both of them, 2230 as well as 2280 form factor SSD. So as of now we don't require to upgrade, so we'll remove it. Now coming to the part where the fan is, let's remove the screws over here. Many customers have an issue with a fan 3-4 years after usage, and they need to remove these two screws and the fan will be off. You need to remove the fan connector. Just need to push it out and the fan is off. So this is the fan that you need to buy if you want to replace the fan, which is a very common occurrence with many laptops. So you can just use this as a reference image. Let's put the fan back. Now this is the CMOS cell. Say in a scenario, say 3-4 years, 2025 and 2026 sometime, your date and time always keeps changing. Every time you reboot the laptop, then you need to change this CMOS cell. You just need to remove this particular CMOS cell over here. Alright, and again take a similar cell like this. It's a normal CR2032 cell that has been used over here, and you need to insert the CMOS cell back and your problem will be resolved. So these are the speakers over here, 1 and 2, good 2 watt speakers that Dell has integrated, and the wires are leading from the left and to the right over here. So you need to remove this speaker connector and remove the wires this side and that side, and again take a new speaker and fit it back. The speakers are fairly easy to remove, as you can see. Just need to push and the speakers will be off. This is the right side speaker and this is the left side speaker. Fairly straightforward. So this here is the backlit connector of the keyboard. This is the keyboard connector. This is the touchpad connector. This is the power connector which connects to the battery. The speaker connector we have shown. This is the Wi-Fi chip. This is the motherboard connector to the daughter board. This is the daughter board which has got SD card and power button and all those things. This is the DC jack. You need to remove 1, 2, 3 hinge screws. Remove the hinge and you can replace this particular DC jack comfortably. This is the VGA cable, the display cable over here. You just need to remove this display cable. If you want to replace, once check if the laptop display is not there, just remove it and again put it back. The display might work. If you want to change the Wi-Fi chip, you just need to unscrew over here, and there are these two antennas, black and white. You just need to remove it like this. Remove the Wi-Fi chip like this. Take a similar Wi-Fi chip over here. It's got a AX2019 Wi-Fi chip and insert it back. And you need to fix the antenna back onto this thing. A small tap and it fits fine. Then just screw the Wi-Fi chip back. So this is fairly it. The inners of the Dell Vostro 5620 as well as Inspiron 5620, 5625 as well as 5420. Let's put the battery back. It has to go into these 1, 2, 3 notches and then just press it like this, and you need to push it. Let's put the base cover back. There will be a lot of crackling sound, do not worry about it. Just keep pressing and then start screwing back. First thing first, you need to press the hinges screw. Series. So this is a video shot from the Dell Vostro 5620, and I can tell you the camera is fantastic. The audio quality, the capture is also amazing because it's got dual array microphone, and despite of not having all that great lighting right now, I have switched off some lights here. The camera quality is very good. It's got a 2.1 MP camera and will give you a full HD resolution for 230 FPS. So great job on the camera over here. So let's check the speaker quality of the Dell Vostro 5620. Pretty impressive speaker if you ask me, and I've not come across this good quality of speaker in Dell in this particular price range for a long time. So great speaker on this particular Dell laptop. So there is a very minimal flex on the top over here because of the metal build. So very sturdy looking top over here. Let's check if the laptop opens with a one hand operation to check the hinge stability. No, the weight distribution is a problem on this, and in all probability, if you don't get the hinges loosened on this particular laptop in a year of your usage, the hinges might come off. So the max, this is the max that it will go to. This is around 130 degrees to 140 degrees, somewhere between the two. And don't try to push beyond this, otherwise it will break off. So this, my friends, was a full detailed review and disassembly of the Dell Vostro 5620, as well as this applies for the Dell Vostro 5625 and the Inspiron 5620. If you have a 14 inches variant, it will be 5420. So this is basically a 16 inches form factor laptop with a 16:10 aspect ratio. It has got Wi-Fi 6, it has got Bluetooth 5.3, it's pretty future ready, it has got a Thunderbolt, it's got a metallic body. There are so many pros, I could not see a con over here. The only thing that we had expected was a screen that would be around 300 odd nits. The screen is only 250 nits with full HD IPS and 60 Hz refresh rate, 16:10 aspect ratio. The keyboard is a backlit, it's got a fingerprint scanner, very easy configurability of the RAM and SSD. You can upgrade up to 32 GB RAM, you can put up to 2 TB NVMe SSD. The battery is pretty large, giving around 7 to 8 hours of browsing time, very comfortably, a good amount of ports, it's got Ethernet port. So all in all, if you are having a budget of around 70 to 75,000 rupees here in India, a Core i5 performance oriented laptop is the Dell Vostro 5620. Please give 5625 an excuse because the Ryzen 5 does not give you all that great a battery backup when compared to the Intel i5 variants. So go with this particular model in Inspiron or Vostro. Vostro will have a Ethernet port, Inspiron does not have a Ethernet port. That is the only difference between the two models. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Do let us know your suggestions and comments, and do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Thank you so much, guys.